UK Today, sponsored by Matalan. Don't just wear it, live it.
Hello, good morning. On today's show, I'm going to be talking to the man who reportedly earns over £100,000 a year doing a job that he says many men would dream of, but does it make him happy? I'm going to be talking to Frederico later on in the show and find out how Sam Mendes feels about directing his wife Kate Winslet in love scenes.
He'd yell directions from the other room. No, grab her thigh.
Ross has more on that and all the rest of the news from Hollywood. And are you paying for more energy than you're using, allowing the big energy companies to rake in the interest? Well, Martin Lewis says it's time to stop all that. He's here to show us how to do it. Also, find out how Mark Hayes got his hands on the latest additions to Lily Allen's wardrobe. And you could as well. Oh, that's a lovely dress. Beautiful. First though, well, it may be over a year since we saw him as Coronation Street villain Charlie Stubbs, but this week actor Bill Ward is back on our screens. Another bad boy, I guess, in a 4-part special on The Bill, and it starts out tomorrow night. Here's a sneaky preview.
Here is such. Right, we've got a visual on the target, heading north. Stevie, you got that? Stevie? Whoa! Hey! Come on, what's she playing at?
Hey, you could have killed me! You blinded something!
I can see just fine, thank you, and yes, I was trying to kill you.
Stevie?
So you remember my name then? I thought you might have forgotten.
And Bill Ward is here now. Really good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
There's obviously history between those two.
There is a bit of history. There is a bit of
sure.
history. They've had a relationship about a year previously up in Manchester. So.
Right, and he didn't know that she was in the
He
force.
didn't know. He had absolutely no idea, and you see, even at that moment, he still doesn't know. It takes him a while to work it out. So.
That looked a bit dangerous, that stunt. Looked a bit scary.
Oh no, it's fine actually. Yeah, no, they're very good. They're very good on the bill. They try and get you to do as much as you possibly can on the stunt front, and
For sure.
And then the real professionals can't take over for the really dangerous.
I understand. So what's he like, this guy you're playing?
Well, he's not all bad.
Right.
He's kind of he's a dealer. He's a drug dealer, but he's trying to go straight.
Oh, okay.
And the idea of the show is it's kind of one last deal, then out.
Oh, I see.
And so what he's trying to do is do his one last deal and then flee the country, set up life again abroad, and kind of start over really, because he's had enough of being a bad lad. And then he bumps into Lucy Speed's character, Stevie Moss, and then they kind of rekindle this kind of romance that they had about a year previously, so it's good.
Excellent. So it's a sort of special four parts that will all get resolved in some way, and within that.
Yeah, it kind of kicks off. It kicks off tonight, I think, and then it kind of runs Wednesday and then next Monday and Tuesdays.
Fantastic, good. The Bill is one of these things. It's always good. It's always consistent, isn't it? You know where you are. You know when you tune on. You know when you sit back and watch that you are. It's going to be class.
Yeah, it's good, solid drama,
isn't it?
And you know, it's been going 25 years now, and a show only runs that long if it's in good nick, and so it's a tremendous show. Yeah.
No, it's really good, and you have been so busy since you left Corrie. It's always a big risk to leave something so high profile. Yeah. And especially the character you had was in just about every scene before he was bumped off.
Served him right. Yeah,
I know he was a real bad baddie. But you've done so much. You did Spam a lot. You couldn't get more different. I mean, how different could you be?
Yeah.
But what a laugh that must have been.
I had the best time of my life doing that show.
I'll bet you did.
It was such great fun.
Monty Python madness.
Absolutely, Monty Python madness, spandex, dancing, silly costumes and wigs, Knights of Knee.
Oh, the Knights of Knee.
Yeah. I got to
and do you still do the horse thing where you just do it with the coconuts?
Yeah, coconuts and sort of
pretending.
And pretending. There's a lot of pretending, but it was a great show. I think it's closing in January. So if you haven't seen it yet,
it's hilarious.
Go and see it now, because
Absolutely.
it's a tremendous.
Do you know
show.
what? Especially in these times when you could be doing with a laugh.
Yeah, it's
a really good show to see. But you've been in loads of other stuff like Midsummer Murders and Heartbeat and all of that. Yeah. And it's just great because you've never stopped working.
No, I've been very lucky,
nice.
and it's fingers crossed. And it's, I mean, you know, that's first base for an actor really is to try and keep working and then, you know, hopefully do some good stuff, and I've been very lucky in that
No,
regard
it's
the
great
last
stuff.
couple of
It's
years.
very, very good. I know you love to travel. I know
do.
that's what you... Have you got a wish list or somewhere you've not been that you have to go? Very difficult when you're working all the time, but you know.
Yeah, that's a very good question, actually. I'll tell you where I have been that I would go back to is Iceland.
I've never been there. Is it really good?
Yeah, it's quite tremendous, actually, and it's just it's proper kind of it's volcanoes, it's geysers, you know, it's built on a kind of fault line, so as a country, it's permanently being pulled apart on the two plates, and so there's all sorts of volcanic stuff going on there. So that's I would really recommend.
Maybe this time as well
is
is not a bad time to go, being as how, you know, because it's really usually expensive.
Well, it is, except if you went now, it'd be dark pretty much 24 hours of the day.
So yeah, so far north.
Yeah.
For sure. So anything that's coming up after the bill, are you going to have a nice quiet Christmas and maybe have some
I'm having a nice quiet Christmas, actually.
Time with the family?
For the first time in a long time, yeah. And I'm going to see my dad and my big sister and nieces and nephews, and we're going to have a good time. So
fantastic,
it's, really looking forward
fantastic.
to it.
Well, we'll be watching you in the bill.
Thank you.
That's for sure. Great to see you.
You too.
Great to see you.
Thank you.
And I'll look at Iceland, but in the summer.
I think
when it's light, 24 hours.
I think that's the way to go.
I think that's the best idea. Thank you. Great to
pleasure.
see you.
Good to see you, Lorraine.
Right, time now. We are going to Los Angeles. Ross King is there, as always. Hello, lovely.
Good morning, legend. There's something strange in the air right here. It's not a starlet's legs. No, it's actually rain. Unbelievable.
It's not supposed to rain in Hollywood.
No, exactly. It's ridiculous.
So were they all out getting wet last night at the premieres then? Did they have posh umbrellas, or how did they cope with the rain?
Exactly. How do they cope? Yes, it was a big night for Kate Winslet. Kate and Leo back together again. This is their first time since Titanic. So how apt that it rained. And we remember when we went to see Titanic, we all queued up for hours and hours, and then the guy at the door said, women and children first, and do you want to sit in the shallow end or the deep end? But yeah, they were back together. New movie, Revolutionary Road. It's getting good reviews. Golden Globe nominations for her, for him, and also for Sam Mendes, who, of course, is Kate's old man. The movie itself, I was a little bit undecided about it. It's meant to be a slice of American life. And you've got them playing husband and wife who go through very strange things in their life. And then there's a guy who comes in who kind of calls it all out. And they have a few tempestuous scenes together, a couple of quite nice love scenes as well. I chatted with Leo about those, and he was saying it was just like another day at the office. However, earlier on tonight out here, we had Kate on the Jay Leno show, and she was along on the Jay Leno show having a chat about the movie, talking about what it was like to do love scenes with the lovely Leo, despite the fact that Sam, her husband, is a director. And here's what she described how it all worked.
Quite honestly, he was just in a separate part of the set, and we were just concentrating on the scene, and he'd yell directions from the other room. No, grab her thigh. No, take her face in your hands, things like that. And let me tell you, Leo knows exactly what he's doing, so it was really okay.
Whoa, Nelly, Leo knows exactly what he's doing. Now, her daughter Mia, of course, can you imagine as well that you're just surrounded by loads and loads of famous people, and of course, you don't particularly think that they are that famous, and that's how the story came around that she told Jay.
Mia was very sweet, actually. I was in a doctor's office with her in London, and there was a newspaper there, and Leo was on the front of the newspaper, and she just went, she grabbed it, and she went, oh my gosh, it's Leo. What's he doing on the newspaper? Mummy, we should really cut this out and send it to him because...
Oh, that's adorable. Because to her, he's just Uncle Leo, I guess, and not somebody, some huge megastar. That's really funny. Now, tell me about trouble brewing between Mel Gibson and Tom Hanks. That's a fight that I would pay to see, actually.
That would be a very good fight, wouldn't it? Unfortunately, you're not ever really going to see the fight. They're on either side of the argument over SAG out here. I love the fact that the Screen Actors Guild, the union that represents actors out here, is called SAG. Only in LA. It just doesn't seem quite right, does it? But anyway, the guys are on opposite sides of the fence because there's talk here at the moment that there may well be a strike. There's a big fight going on between the union and with the big producers out here. You've got Mel on one side saying he thinks that we all should go out and strike. You've got Tom saying that they shouldn't. Then tonight, night we had George Clooney weighing in as well. George saying that he doesn't think it's the time to strike because obviously recession the world over. And then you got Martin Sheen saying that we should go and strike. So a lot of the big stars weighing in. There's another meeting tomorrow, and the interesting thing could be if we do go out and strike out here, it means that the Oscars could be affected, and that would be a big one.
Maybe that, hopefully they'll sit down. They've got to get this sorted out. We keep hearing about these strikes. It's absolutely bonkers. Now, tell me about Tom Cruise, because he's making headlines again. He's been quite quiet, his little tiny Tom, but now he's squeaking again. We can hear him in the background.
He's getting very angry, very angry. No, he's playing a one-eyed German soldier in Valkyrie, which is a kind of strangish one. I saw the movie itself tonight, and it's interesting because they had the premiere for it in New York last night. I've got to be really honest with this one. Some people don't like Tom at all now, and they want this movie to be really bad. And then, of course, you've still got Tom's fans who love him, and they want it to be really good. And the movie itself, I think, is just a little bit so-so. It's not going to please anyone particularly. However, what I can say about Tom, though, he looked great. Do you remember, of course, just 6 months ago, he was a little bit of Tom who ate all the pies. We can take a shot of Tom then. And now, of course, things have changed. Okay. What exactly happened? When you've got all that money, there we are, before and after.
That looks not too bad. I think he's just wearing a suit that's sort of shrunk in the wash there. It looked a bit sort of tight round about his tummy, but I'm sure he's fine. The trouble is when
he doesn't have enough money to buy another one.
But the thing is, when you're that teeny tiny and you put on half an ounce, it's going to show.
See? Never thought about that.
Exactly. I'm going to get into trouble.
Meeting him on Thursday night for the premiere out here. I'll say that to him.
You do.
I say, Lorraine said.
Please don't. Flower, thank you. I'll talk to you real soon. It's great to see you. Thank you very, very much indeed.
Thanks, legend.
Have your umbrella. Fancy raining in Hollywood. Can't believe it. Going to have a very quick break now. When we get back, I'm going to be meeting the woman desperate for her missing sister to come home for Christmas. And according to our Martin Lewis, energy companies are siphoning millions of pounds out of customers' bank accounts, raking in the interest for themselves. Martin says it's time to stop, and he is here with his advice on how to do just that. See you in a couple of minutes.
LK Today, sponsored by Matalan.
Brush scrub rooster wedges with olive oil and bake for 45 minutes.
Albert Bartlett rooster potatoes. They do more.
Presenting Bobble Off from JML, the easy way to bring your wardrobe back to life. Bobble Off removes lint and fluff in seconds and will help keep your clothes looking fantastic. Simply glide over worn areas to eliminate those unwanted bobbles that make your clothes look so tired. The adjustable head also means you can use Bobble Off all around the home. Breathe new life into your favourite clothes with Bobble Off from JML. Only $5.99 and available at Pam Stretcher, Boots, Focus and Wilkinson.
It's so important to make someone happy. Make just one someone happy.
The luxurious fragrance of ruby jasmine infusions. A pampering treat. Just for you. Detergent and fabric softener. Bold 2-in-1. Part of the fabric of life.
Our local choir treats us every year, so let's see if we can treat them with tender beef Wellington, deep-filled mince pies, and to warm you all up, mulled wine. Come and have a glass. Cloves, oranges, lemons, and cinnamon. Look at that. Because it's all from Aldi, you can splash out on a new set of lights.
Aldi, don't change your lifestyle, change your supermarket.
If you need a painkiller and a massage, try Sindol with its extra ingredient to ease tense muscles. Sindol, the painkiller with added ah.
Until you have an accident, the whole idea of personal injury claims can seem a bit unreal. A different world. Not like the one you live in at all. Of course, when you have an accident, it's not your fault. It's only too real. Thankfully, injury lawyers for you could help. They're real lawyers, and their dedication and experience has allowed them to successfully assist tens of thousands of people with their cases. We hope that you never need to call us, but if you do, you can reach us on 0845 345 4444. 100% lawyers, 100% compensation.
Brian was under attack from a very nasty cold. It started with a battalion of runny noses. Later came a headachy army, and on the left flank, regiments of chesty coughs and sore throats. Then came the turning point. Instead of paracetamol, Brian had taken Beecham's All-in-One. With 3 times more active ingredients, it fights more symptoms. And it wasn't long before Brian was winning. Fight back with Beecham's All-in-One.
Get ready for a Christmas spectacular. Some of your favourite stars make a comeback to compete on ice. But this time, it's Team Torville versus Team Dean. Dancing on Ice at Christmas. Christmas Day at 8, ITV1. LK Today, sponsored by Matalan.
Hi, welcome back. Still to come. Now, he allegedly earns over £100,000 a year, as a gigolo describes it as most men's dream job. But is he really happy? Federico joins me later. Looking forward to that. And Martin Lewis has his advice on how to stop being overcharged by the energy companies and how to save yourselves lots of cash. First, though, second day of GMTV's Come Home for Christmas appeal. Of the 100,000 people that are reported missing each year, a shocking 2/3 are under the age of 18.
My daughter went missing, age 17, on the 1st of September 2003. She was very bubbly, lots of friends. She just had a baby, and obviously when the baby was born, she had to calm down a little bit. But apart from that, she still enjoyed herself. The day that Natalie went missing, I never actually saw her because I was working away. But I had a phone call saying that Natalie had gone out to buy cigarettes, and the nearest shop is between 5 and 10 minutes walk, and she never returned. It is difficult. There's not a day goes by that I don't think of her. But I've just got to go and get on with it.
Well, I'm joined now by Natalie's half-sister Rebecca and Joe Yeo from the charity Missing People. And I know you miss her all the time, but especially this time of year, there's just something about, you know, everybody getting together at Christmas and families all being complete, and then you've always got this missing person there, you know, she's just always there.
She is, always there.
It must be, have you got any idea of what might happen to her? I mean, have you got any, was there any sign at all that she was unhappy, that she was maybe upset? I know she just had a baby. Was there any evidence of postnatal depression, perhaps? Could you
Not
see
a
that?
postnatal depression, no. I mean, she had the normal, oh, I'm a first-time mummy thing, you know, but that was it. It was just the normal thing of, oh, he cries, am I doing the right thing?
Sure,
am I
all
on the
these
right
normal anxieties.
formula, you know, that sort of thing. But that was literally it. There was a few frantic phone calls, you know, oh, God, you won't stop crying, you know. And I said, oh, try this or try that, because I've got 3 children.
Sure.
And then she just, I don't know, she just seemed absolutely complete with him.
Yeah, there was no problem there. And I know I said your half-sisters, your sisters really. There was a huge bond between both of you. Very, very close. So do you think if she'd had any of these anxieties, she would have said something to you? Absolutely. Had she been that miserable, that she would have gone off, you know?
Yes. I have no doubt in my mind that if she was in any way, in any distress or anything, she would have just said, Beck, come and help.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's very difficult. We can see that her dad, you know, he's obviously a broken man. It's really affected him. It's affected the whole family. Very, very difficult for everyone. But all you want is her back, don't you? If she, I think sometimes when people go missing, if there's a time period goes on and they think to themselves, I can't get in touch now because they'll be too angry with me, or I don't know what sort of reaction I would going to get. But if she's out there watching, what would you say to her?
I'd say Natalie, you know, I'd just say, you don't have to go home. You know, if you're happy where you are, that's fine. We'll respect that. Everyone will respect that. All we want to know is that she's safe and well. That's it. Also, if someone else knows where she doesn't want to get in touch herself, then that's absolutely brilliant too. If someone could just let us know that she's safe. They don't even have to give her location, just tell us that she's safe and well and that she's okay. I mean, it's been 5 years, you know, it's a long time.
It's an awful long time to not know what's happened, because you can't mourn somebody.
No.
And hopefully that's not what you're going to do. But you can't sort of, you know, this word everybody uses, closure, but it's true. You know, you can't sort of move on. It's
There
this
is no
state of
closure.
limbo. It's very strange. I know our wee baby is with Dad, so the baby's you know, being looked after, and that's absolutely fine, because I know people would be concerned about that. But it is, Joe, it's really, really difficult to move on, and it's really hard. I mean, part of your job that must be fantastic is when people do get in touch.
That's right.
You know, when they do. But do you find that a lot of people are a bit worried about that, if they've gone missing or if they've gone away?
I think especially when people have been missing for a long time, they find it very hard. They say they're very scared to pick up the phone, especially young people, very worried that they're actually in trouble for being missing or having run away. And what we try and do at the Runaway Helpline at Missing People is just reassure them that they can get back in contact with their families, and like you say, we could pass a message for them. They don't need to necessarily pick the phone up themselves. We can do that.
That's a really good kind of halfway house thing, because they might be a wee bit worried about making direct contact, but if they call you, it's that kind of thing of you then take the responsibility in a sense.
And
you
often that is then the first sort of way of opening up lines of communication, and eventually we find that people say, well, I will speak to my family myself. We might do a three-way call. And we've also just launched a brand new text service for young people. And we know that young people sometimes prefer to contact in that way. It's private, they're not going to be overheard on a call, and then they can get in touch that way. And we can't trace calls, confidential. We can explore options with them. And often young people are in unsafe situations as well. They may not have anywhere to stay, so it's very important that they reach out for help at this time, especially around Christmas.
Exactly. I really hope she is watching, or somebody that knows her is watching, and she gets in touch. You let us know what happens. And if you're a young person that's run away from home, or you're contemplating leaving, you can contact the Runaway Text Service for help and advice. We were talking about the text service. It's 80234. That's absolutely free of charge, and it's confidential. And the free phone as well. There's a free phone number, the Runaway Helpline, 0808 800 70 70, and of course you can visit gm.tv for further information. But really, if you're out there and you haven't been in touch with your family, even if it's for a number of years, do get in touch with them. Make this the best Christmas they've ever had. Right, time for the money man. Money saving expert Martin Lewis is here, of course. As always, tons and tons of emails, but we picked this one from Julia in High Wycombe.
I thought I said to do the gigolo slot.
No.
Is that not
That's
me?
been taken. Sorry.
Is he coming in a minute?
Yes, he is.
Fiver. Oh, you know, it's money-saving gigolo spot. Could have been fun. Sorry, I should do gas and electricity.
Steady. Julie in High Wycombe, she says, unbelievably, my direct debit for gas and electric is now £174 per month. I only used to pay £60. I don't understand why these companies are able to get away with charging us in this way. It does seem like they can do what they like.
It does. And,
I mean, that's a hell of a leap. That's almost 3 times, you know?
Yeah, but you know what? Completely unsurprising and fits in the standard pattern that we're hearing, especially the last 6 months. This has been tough. People should be paying by monthly direct debit, and that's what we're talking about, because it's cheaper. It's up to 10% cheaper, and therefore it's the right way to pay. What we've found recently, though, is people, even if they're in credit, are having their direct debits increase massively. Now, there's lots of excuses behind this. One MP has rightly said, and I have to say I agree with him, that this is just done so that they can suck in our cash, earn interest on our money, and help their cash flow. It doesn't actually bear any resemblance, in many cases, to what at all is going on with your price, because we have to understand the rate you pay for gas and electricity is set, but then what the direct debit, the monthly direct debit, is supposed to do, roughly, is divide what you're going to pay over the year by 12, so you pay it each month. So in the summer you'll have a bit of credit, and then that'll be eaten back in the winter. But the concept, and we don't know whether that person was in credit or not, of going from 60 to £174
incredible leap.
Is ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
I have a member of my team who's had this the other day. She's in credit, but she had a direct debit increase 3 times. But she's in credit. I know. There can't be any excuse for this. And so what we need to do, frankly, is fight back.
So how do we do that, you know? Because sometimes you do feel really helpless against these, you know, one tiny person against these big, huge companies.
The first thing to say is it's ridiculous that we're sitting here doing this. The Prime Minister himself encouraged people to pay by direct debit 6 months ago. At exactly the same time, I had a meeting with Ofgem, the regulator, or just a quiet one, not a public one, where I tried to pass information to them, and one of them was this issue, and they nodded and said they'd do something about it.
Right.
They have done nothing. The government has done nothing about it. Interestingly, the Mail on Sunday started to run a campaign on this, and I've done it in my own newspaper columns recently. Now they're talking about looking at it. When I told them in a quiet meeting that it was one of the biggest issues out there, nothing gets done. So they're telling me, it seems to me now we have to shout. You want to get something done, we'll shout.
Bang the
so
table
I'm shouting.
Okay.
You ready?
Go on then.
OK, this is what you do. Here's the step plan. First of all, always do a meter reading.
OK.
If you don't do a meter reading, you're working off estimates, and therefore you've got no argument for saying that the amount isn't appropriate.
OK, OK.
Second, if you're in a lot of credit, ask for your money back.
Right.
Now, some companies have automated systems. British Gas have one if you go above a certain level. But if you're in too much credit, pick up the phone and say, look, you owe me 150 quid and I think it's time
to pay me. Give me it now, absolutely.
I want it.
It's my money.
You haven't. Unfortunately, they don't have to give it you. They could wait at the end of the year, but often they will.
Right, OK.
Number 3, you get on the phone very politely and smiling, and you say, you've increased my direct debit. Hopefully they've told you. If they haven't, there's a whole other argument. I'll put details about what to do then on the website.
OK.
And I'd like you to lower it, please.
Right.
And what will happen is they'll go, oh, no, it's set at a decent level. So then you say, well, I want to know why it's set at that level. I want you to justify it to me. And you have a legal right, you have an operational right to ask why the direct debit is so high.
Right.
And then you need to try and negotiate it down. And often they will let you bring it down, especially if it's nonsense, as it probably is in that case.
Sure.
If they don't, it's letter writing time.
Oh, okay.
A formal letter requesting that they bring this down or you will complain to the Ombudsman. And as always, I've done one of those template letters. It's on the GMTV
Fabulous.
website.
So you don't even have to write that. It's there. Just print it out.
You have to do some changes and put your address on it and stuff.
Of course.
But sadly, we found some people do send these where it just says name and address at the top, and it's a bit of a nightmare. You have to put your own details into the template letter.
Right.
I know it sounds simple, but there's some people who get very scared of these things. So let me say that. And then if that doesn't work, and hopefully we won't get to this stage, but this is quite a new campaign, so I don't know yet. You've got 2 choices. Either you go to the Ombudsman, or, which should work, or you cancel your direct debit, which means you're going to pay more because it's more expensive, but then they should give you the money back, and then I would ditch and switch and move to an entirely different company and set up a new direct debit with them, and hopefully it won't be to the highest level.
Martin Lewis, I thank you.
We've got to teach them they can't get away with it.
Thank you very much indeed. Crusader, thank you. Right, it's time for a quick break now. When we get back, I'm going to be talking to Federico about life as a gigolo. And if you want to dress like the stars this party season, Mark Hayes, of course, has the answer with his favourite high street party frocks that all the celebs are being seen out and about in.
LK Today, sponsored by Matalan.
When colds or flu make you feel ill deep down, Albus Power Flu has the power to get you through. Nothing treats more cold and flu symptoms than the powerful multi-relief tablet, plus a chewable vitamin C tablet to support your immune system. Ask your pharmacist for Albus Power Flu, the power to get you through.
Celebrate in style with Iceland's very special luxury cream cakes, half lobster and scallops from just £2. That's why mums go to Iceland.
Treat the family to a magical Christmas with Sky TV and Sky Movies for just £26 a month. For films you won't see on any other TV channel this Christmas, with a great choice of blockbusters only showing on Sky Movies. You'll get 5 unique channels dedicated to different types of film. And with Sky Plus, create your own Christmas film collection to watch when you want. That's Sky TV and Sky Movies for just £26 a month. Join now to get £50 M&S vouchers. Hurry, offer ends this Saturday. Call 08442 410 041. Come home to Sky this Christmas.
I say, old bean, do you know where I can find a totally spiffing greetings card?
Oh, yes. Moonpig offers a mind-boggling choice of cards.
Who did you say? Moonpig! Choose from thousands of your favourite designs for Christmas. Then personalise your card by changing the name, the text and the greeting. Order by 2 p.m. and your card will be sent out the same day by first-class post. Add some Moonpig magic to Christmas. Moonpig.com.
I'd thought about an acorn stair lift for some time now. I sent for a brochure which told me everything I needed to know. A DVD explained all the features, how to order and the installation process. So I called Acorn on 0800 20 40 60 to arrange a survey.
They were an international company, but they had a local feel.
It's great now. She's a lot more secure. I'm quite happy. I've got peace of mind. Acorn's done a really good job for us.
So call for a free no-obligation quote on 0800 20 40 60.
Acorn gave a quote, and that's what we paid.
They're all very friendly, and I would recommend Acorn to anybody.
Don't you just hate it when your CDs skip, and jump? Dirt, surface scratches, and even fingerprints can ruin your music collection. The Disc Clinic from JML helps bring your CDs and DVDs back to life. Just spray on the specially formulated iClean fluid, turn the handle, and the ingenious triple rotary cleaning action does the rest. Now, with bonus lens cleaner, the Disc Clinic is still incredible value at only $9.99 from Asda, Pound Stretcher, Focus, and Wilkinson.
Nasty catarrh clogging your nose or throat? Give it something you can feel working. Cavonia, catarrh medicine with clout. Part of the Cavonia range.
Got to accentuate the positive feeling.
There's no hot water, love. I think we might need a new boiler.
To the affirmative, don't mess with Mr. In-Between.
What's more surprising? That at npower we're so confident we can beat British Gas on boiler installation quotes we'll give you £100 if we can't. Or that our men really do take good care of your home. Another bright little thought from npower.
Christmas on GM.TV is mega. All you need is just a click away, from party dresses and accessories to festive Christmas recipes, gift and panto guides. And for those feeling the crunch, there's a stress survival guide with the best money-saving tips. Log on to your one-stop Christmas information shop, GM.TV.
LK Today, sponsored by Matalan.
Hello, welcome back. Now, we're going to be talking about Alicia Dixon. She is not having really designer dresses on the red carpet. She's going for, here she is, going for High Street. Looking very good in it. So we're going to get you ready for your festive party, and we're looking at party dresses today. First though, the man who says he's got the best job in the world, a new documentary tonight investigates the world of young male escorts, such as 33-year-old Federico. He says he earns £100,000 a year, keeping women happy.
I believe I'm one of the best because of the people I work with and the money I make and you know, everything. I think I was born to do this, man. Honestly.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Born to do it?
I think so, man.
Why?
I don't know. Because I do it well. So.
What? Sleep with women?
Yeah. Pleasure woman.
Federico is here now. Born to do this, Federico, that's what you said.
Yes,
born to do this, born to do it. So how does it work? For goodness sake, we're talking an awful lot of money here. Does that mean that you have an awful lot of women that you satisfy, or is it what?
No,
how does it work?
Just the best.
Right,
Few
okay.
and the best ones.
Right,
you know,
okay.
That's what I think. That's the tricks, you know.
So how did it start? How do you fall into it?
Yeah, well, I was working as a stripper, and I met this lady, and I mean, she's an amazing person, and she just helped me a lot. So I started going out with her and everything, and you know, and she always used to say, you know, all my friends, they just seem to like you. You should stop stripping and maybe do something else.
Oh, okay.
And I say, all right. So why not? I'm gonna.
So have you got kind of like a sort of client base of regular people, like regular women?
Yes,
that
yes.
you see?
I had some clients for about like 3-4 years. And,
3-4 years.
Yeah.
Gosh.
And I see them like, you know, when they are around, if they're not away on the businesses and things like that. So I see them like once every 2 weeks, and you know.
So this is women basically that would give you a wee call if they wanted to, maybe they were going out somewhere and they wanted somebody to take them out, and then you know, afterwards.
And that's how. It's just you know, it's just the thing is. I mean, I see in the video, I said I think I'm the best, and blah, blah, blah. It's just because, you know, I'm quite a very confident person.
Right.
And I believe everyone should be confident. Yeah.
Right.
Confident is more important than being pretty or non-pretty. Yeah?
Okay.
And I do believe that. But I believe that because it's the way I've done it. It's completely different. I mean, you don't find me in an agency or you don't find me on the internet. The thing is, I was introduced in this circle. And and when I started seeing someone, then, you know, they always talk nice about you with other women, and then they want to meet you.
Sure.
But it doesn't mean that I was going to go with everyone. I had so many women, they wanted to meet me, but...
Well, you'd be shattered, apart from anything else. You'd be exhausted. So, but this, I mean, this has happened for years and years and years, hasn't it? This has happened for years, the other way round. Men have always done this with women, you know, whether it's through escorts or whatever it is. It's just, I think people sometimes have a problem thinking that women, you know, powerful, successful, rich women would want to call you up and say, well, come round and we'll, you know, we'll have a bit of fun and there's a wee present and there's some, you know, there's some dosh and there you go. The thing is though, can you have a relationship with another woman, like a sort of, if you like, a proper relationship, or does your job stop you from doing that?
No, well, I haven't had any serious relationship until you know when I was working as a gigolo. No way.
Right, a gigolo.
Yeah, because you know there is a big difference between gigolo and escort, or you know, to me.
Okay. So gigolo, because you know the equivalent is people would say that you know they say that people are male prostitutes. They would use that word, but they'd use that word about a woman, but a man is a gigolo. You consider yourself that's...
No, there is a male prostitute as well, but gigolo is something else.
But you don't
No, I don't think it's the same. No.
Well, how's being a gigolo different? Is that because you take the women out and you treat them well and you look after them?
You know, the thing is, gigolo, I choose the woman.
I see.
Yeah, I go into places and, you know, I know where to go, basically, and I know who to choose. I mean, you can see if someone is up for it or if someone is not. The male prostitute, you can find him. You go on the internet or you go in an agency and you find him. So that is, to me, that is a big difference. Yeah.
Is this a job though that you can keep doing for as long as you
I'd like to say that I don't do it anymore.
Right.
First, and you know, I drew the line. I knew when I did it, I knew I was gonna stop. And now I'm writing a book about it. And so.
You'll have to change all the names. You'll have to keep their identity secret or you'll be in trouble.
Yeah, no, of course. I think, you know, I don't think some of them, they will mind at all, to be honest with you, because they know all married and some of them, they're single and I don't think they'll be ashamed.
Sure.
100%.
Well, look, it's on tonight. Manhunters, it's called Meet the Gigolos. It's on tonight, Channel 4, 10 o'clock. Not maybe for your maiden aunt, but very, very interesting. Listen, good luck with the book. Come back and see us when it's out. I shall read that with great interest. Thank you, Federico.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you. Now, if your bank account has been hit hard already this Christmas, and whose hasn't, how does a one-off prize of £25,000 in this week's competition sound? Well, here's Connie Huck to tell you all about it.
Merry Christmas! How would you like to glide your way into 2009 with £25,000? Skating in the open air feels so Christmassy, and there's loads of outdoor rinks in the UK now, just like this one here in Bruges. This week, we're giving you the chance to skate off with £25,000. Here's the question you need to answer.
Which drink, usually served during the festive season, is made of warmed red wine combined with spices and citrus fruit?
To enter, call 090 49 59 6000. Calls cost £1 from BT landlines. Calls from other networks may be higher and from mobiles considerably more. Or you can enter by text. Correctly spell the answer and text to 64499. Text costs £1 plus one standard network rate message. All entrants must be 18 or over and lines close at midday on Friday 19th of December. Free entry at gm.tv closes in no less than 3 working days after Friday 19th of December. Entries made after closing time won't be counted but may still be charged. You'll find competition terms and conditions plus winner details at gm.tv/terms.
So there you have it. Good luck. Break a leg.
Now, Mark Hayes has some of his favourite party dresses that the celebs have been spotted out in, and you could be wearing them too. But first, I have to talk about America's Next Top Model. You know we're devoted to fans of America's Next Top Model. And last night, I was so thrilled that Whitney won.
Whitney, I know, she was...
Because she's a big girl. No, she's not a big girl, but she's a plus-size... Look!
She's a plus-size model, but then they called her a fuller-figured model.
Oh, I love that.
And I always thought that was so much nicer.
And FFM.
She's a very, very sexy girl. So Whitney Thompson, she won last night. I was over the moon when you texted me, oh, she's won, because I've known for months and I've not been able to chat to you about it.
You didn't tell me.
Every week I've been like, do you know who's won yet? Nothing.
No. So, I was really pleased she won.
I was over the moon.
I love that series so much.
She looked amazing. In Versace show.
We need to get her on. It'd be lovely to see her. So look, tell me about party dresses. What should we be doing?
We've got some amazing party dresses, and just to prove how amazing our high street is here in the UK, the celebs are buying into this. They don't go to the designer stores anymore. They go into the high street to get dresses. And
Okay.
we've got some absolute crackers. We'll start off with one from Lily Allen. Now, Lily Allen's, you know, she's seen in Chanel, she's seen in all the big names. Check out this one. She looks stunning here in this Lipsy dress.
Oh, I love Lipsy.
Lipsy is going from strength to strength at the moment. They started off as quite a small company. They're in so many different places. They're opening up their own boutiques. You can get it at lipsy.co.uk.
Okay.
Let's take a look at the dress here on Sasha. It's coming in. I'm going to explain. There's some odd prices going about at the moment because of all the VAT reductions.
Is so beautiful.
So it's a strange price, but this comes in at £68.51.
Oh, is this all the VAT stuff that you're getting back?
Yes, all the VAT stuff. So it's all so
that's gorgeous.
But it's an absolute, it's a brilliant dress. I think particularly good for a younger girl who has maybe got a bit of a tummy, because the piece of fabric there going right around is going to disguise any of that. I do know how, you know, it's very short. You combat that by wearing some thick black tights if you wish. Obviously a little tuxedo jacket over the top, and you could take it to many different levels. But
Sasha, you really suit that. It's really gorgeous.
Very nice. Thank you very much.
It looks real designer, doesn't it?
It does. Speaking of which, our next one is a designer look. It was on Alicia Dixon.
Right.
She was wearing a bit of Julie McDonald, but it was the Star by Julie McDonald range.
That's
designed.
fantastic.
Debenhams. Now, this is amazing. Now, this is a limited edition piece, so there's only 150 made of these.
Right.
Which basically means, well, it's kind of less the amount of Julie McDonald mainline. You're getting a Julie McDonald dress, but instead of having to spend thousands of pounds, you can pick this up. It is pricey. It's 250. Let's take a look at Andy in this this amazing dress.
Ooh, va-va-voom.
It's serious va-va-voom, isn't it? If you've got a Christmas party still coming up, or a New Year's party, this has got to be the dress. It is fantastic.
It's really good.
I know it's a lot of money, but as I said, it is almost an investment piece in the sense.
Oh, you'd be wearing that forever.
You would, and it's also it's a Julie McDonald dress.
Absolutely.
But instead of thousands and thousands, which is what he would charge for, you know, that amount of, you know, jewels and feathers. I think it's a decent price. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Angel.
Cheers,
That's beautiful.
Next up, we've got Rachel Stevens. She has been seen in a piece of Reese. Now, I think Reese clothing,
that's
lovely. They've got that designer feel about it, but thankfully not quite the designer price.
For sure.
She looks amazing in this, but we've got to put it on our lovely Louise. Let's take a look at Louise in this dress here. This has actually got a reduction on it as well at the moment.
Oh, Louise, you really suit that.
She looks super sexy, doesn't she?
Yeah, I like that a lot.
So sexy. I think it's a great dress. It's £101.50. It's got 30% off it at the moment.
Right.
So so a great buy there.
Wear that with a wee jacket as well.
Exactly.
Really nice.
You could wear it with a jacket. Louise, you really do look fabulous in that. She suits Reese clothes. She looks absolutely amazing in it.
Very glam.
As you can see, looking gorgeous. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Louise. That's beautiful.
Next up, we've got Kate Moss. She has been seen in her own range, funnily enough. But she does love the high street. We've got her here in this fit. So we've got the little dress. She's got a moment as tights, and then she's got this kind of faux fur jacket.
Right.
Let's take a look at our Nesh next up. I've been a bit kinder to her. Pregnant Nesh, I've gone and concealed slightly.
Now that's good. Yeah, I like that a lot.
So we've got the jacket. This is from the Kate Moss range, £120 from Topshop. Then we've got the dress, £65 from Topshop. But what I've gone and done is going to put it with jeans. I think that's the kind of more sensible way to wear it. Anyone can get away with them.
I like
those particular jeans got from Zara, coming in at £30.
It's really good.
Those ones here. So
gorgeous. Thank you, my love.
Thank you very much. Someone else who's loving jackets, you know, a great jacket there, is this one here. You know, this hot off the press. Sarah Jessica Parker turned up a couple of Sundays ago at Miss Selfridge in Oxford Street.
Right.
And she bought this jacket.
Did she?
She did indeed. Insider information. She picked up this. It comes in at £80, this particular one. It comes in the petite size as well.
Sure.
So it's for everyone. But I thought it was great fun. Very
gorgeous.
SJP.
It's very SJP, and we love pretend fur.
Indeed. Next up, we've got Nicola Roberts. She's from Girls Aloud.
The very white one.
The very white one.
Gosh, she's that
Here
poor
she
girl.
Is, looking great in this French Connection dress. So lots and lots of fringes here. Fringe is a big look. We saw Fendi do that on the catwalk. Let's take a look now at Andy in this French Connection dress. All the fringes.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it.
Gorgeous. Yes.
Shake it, Andy.
Shake it. Give it some welly, sweetheart. That's the way to do it. Coming in at £72 for that particular dress.
Gorgeous.
Doesn't she look beautiful?
Absolutely fantastic.
Really
Thank you, love. Really good. That's all we've got time for today. On tomorrow's show, I'm joined by Craig Revel Horwood. He'll tell us all about what happened to Strictly, because I'm still confused.
I'm always confused with that, yeah.
And Boyzone. I love Boyzone. You have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
MLK Today, sponsored by Matalan. Don't just wear it, live it.